What if you married someone under false pretenses, only to discover their deceit hid a shocking truth? And as your heart breaks, you're left wondering, can love truly blossom from a web of lies? Hi there, my name is Emily Johnson and I'm 24 years old. I live in a small town filled with cozy cafes and friendly faces. I work as a nurse, which I absolutely love, even though it can be tough sometimes. My days are busy and I often find myself juggling the demands of my job and the burden of student loans. It's not easy, but I always try to keep my head up. I've always believed in love and connections, even when the world feels complicated. My story unfolded in ways I never expected, with twists and turns that challenged what I thought I knew about trust and relationships. So join me on this journey as I share my experiences, my heartaches, and my discoveries about love, truth, and finding myself. I hope my story resonates with you. I held my breath as I walked into the hospital break room. It was small and cramped, filled with the smell of reheated food. My head throbbed from the double shifts. Working as a nurse was both draining and rewarding, but the bills? Oh, the bills were a nightmare. Hey, Emily, my coworker Sarah greeted me with a smile. It was small, but even that felt like a breeze in the storm. Hey, I replied, rubbing my temples. Still working on that paperwork? Yep, just finishing. She glanced at me, concern in her eyes. Are you okay? You look tired. I am tired, I admitted. These student loans are strangling me. I get that, but you'll figure it out, right? She said, trying to sound hopeful. I hope so, I said, forcing a smile, but deep down a wave of fear washed over me. Just as I was about to grab a cup of coffee, I noticed a man standing by the door. He was tall, with kind eyes and messy hair. I didn't recognize him. Excuse me? He said, walking towards me. Are you Emily? Yes, that's me, I said, unsure of who he was. I'm Nathan, he introduced himself, extending his hand. I've heard about you from Dr. Wilson. What can I do for you? I asked, shaking his hand. Something about him made me feel nervous. He hesitated for a moment. I need to talk to you about something important. Can we sit down? Sure, I said, feeling a wrestling match of curiosity and caution inside me. Once we sat, Nathan looked serious. Emily, I have a unique proposal. It might sound strange, but please hear me out. I blinked. Okay? My mother is very sick. She doesn't have long to live, and she wants to see me happily married before she goes, he said, his voice thick with emotion. I'm willing to offer you $50,000 to marry me, just for a short time. It's just a legal thing, I promise. $50,000? I gasped. That sounds wild. I know it does, he said quickly, but my mom? She really means the world to me. And this is the only way I can make her happy. I felt my heart racing. But what about feelings? What if it sounds like a lie. I get that, he said softly, but it's just for a little while. You can help me and I can help you with your loans. Then we'll split our ways. I stared at him, my mind whirling. This feels wrong. It feels like I'd be pretending forever. He leaned in, his voice low. It's just until she passes. I would never hurt you. You wouldn't even have to live with me. Just sign those papers and the money is yours. Could I really do this? A part of me screamed to run away. But then, my student loans loomed over me like a dark cloud. Emily? He asked, his eyes searching mine. Will you consider it? I don't know, I stammered. This is all so sudden. I understand, he said gently, but it might be our only chance. I breathed deeply. Silence hung between us, heavy and thick. My thoughts raced. Was this the answer to my problems? Or was it just a bigger mistake waiting to happen? Finally, I whispered, if this is just temporary, maybe I could think about it. Nathan's expression softened. Thank you, Emily. Just think about it. As I left the break room, a storm of emotions swirled inside me. What had I just agreed to? Moving into Nathan's mansion felt like stepping into a dream or a movie set. The walls were painted gold and the carpet was so soft it felt like walking on clouds. Wow, this is huge, I exclaimed as I stepped inside. I couldn't believe the size of everything, the living room, the staircase, even the kitchen. Nathan chuckled. I know it looks fancy, but try not to get too comfortable. It's just for a little while. Right, I said, trying to hide my excitement. Just for a little while. He showed me to my room. It was soaked in sunlight. The bed was bigger than my entire apartment. I couldn't help but smile as I flopped onto the soft mattress. I could get used to this, I said. But Nathan's serious face reminded me of our strange arrangement. Just remember, Emily, we're married on paper only, he said. I have rules. What kind of rules? I asked, sitting up straight. I don't want you to think of this as a real marriage. We don't need to live together as a couple. And you'll have your independence, he said, his voice steady but distant. I can't have you connected to my life. Okay, I replied, feeling a mix of confusion and sadness. But what about your mom? She doesn't want to be involved right now, he said, looking away. It's just how she is. Deep down, something felt off. Are you sure she's okay? I dared to ask, my heart racing. Nathan looked uncomfortable. She's fine, I promise. We're just focused on making her happy in our own way. But the longer I stayed in his mansion, the more questions piled up in my mind. Days passed, and Nathan continued to keep his distance. I found myself wandering the enormous house alone, feeling like a ghost. One afternoon, I asked Nathan, "Can I meet your mom? Just to say hello?" He stiffened. "She's resting, Emily. She's very sick, and I don't want to disturb her." But I thought that was the point of this arrangement, I said, frustration rising within me. I'm supposed to make her happy, remember? I could help. He sighed, rubbing the back of his neck. She doesn't want to meet anyone. I just need you to trust me on this. But I don't understand, I exclaimed. If she's sick, why aren't we doing anything to make her feel better? Why not let her see the happy couple? I told you, he nearly shouted, his face twisting with emotion. You don't get to ask those questions. Just follow the rules. I felt the tears well up in my eyes. Nathan, this feels wrong. I thought we were helping each other. I am trying to help you, he said, his voice dropping, but it's complicated. Complicated? I echoed, wiping my tears. It feels like you're hiding something. He looked at me then, and for a moment I saw sadness in his eyes. I'm not hiding anything. I don't want you to get too close. I can't let you in. Why not? I whispered, aching to understand. Nathan turned away, looking lost. I can't explain right now. I stared at him, anger and fear battling inside me. What was this arrangement really about? Why was his mother so distant? As I left the room, I felt more alone than ever. This mansion was beautiful, but I had never felt so trapped. My heart sank at the thought of what I had agreed to. Was I really helping him, or was I simply becoming part of a bigger lie? Walking into the fancy events with Nathan felt like stepping onto a stage where I had to pretend. All eyes were on us, and I plastered on a smile, trying to act like the doting wife. Emily, Nathan, so good to see you, a woman exclaimed, enveloping us in a quick hug. Good to see you too, I replied, forcing cheer into my voice. But inside, I felt like a fraud. As Nathan held my hand, his grip was firm but cold. I searched his face for warmth, but all I found was distance, like a wall between us. During parties and gatherings, he didn't always speak to me. He would socialize with friends while I stood awkwardly by his side. I heard lots of laughter, but it felt empty. Are you enjoying the party, Emily? A curious guest asked. Ah, yes. It's lovely, I said, but I could feel the unease growing in my chest. After one such event, as we sat alone in the mansion once again, I couldn't keep quiet any longer. Nathan? I said softly. What? He replied, his voice sharp. Can we talk? I asked, my heart racing. He turned to face me, his expression unreadable. About what? Your mom, I said, biting my lip. I just want to understand her situation. You never talk about her. For a moment, silence filled the room. Nathan's eyes hardened, and he crossed his arms defensively. I told you she's resting. It's complicated. Complicated? That's not an answer, I insisted, trying to keep my voice steady. You said this was for her. Why can't I meet her? I want to help. A flash of pain crossed his face, but he quickly masked it. It's not that simple, Emily. Just drop it, okay? But the more he pushed away, the more determined I became. Why won't you let me in? Is there something you're hiding? I'm not hiding anything, he snapped, and I flinched at his tone. Then why do you act like you're afraid? I asked, my voice shaking slightly. Is there more going on with your mom than you let on? He paused, running a hand through his hair. It's just she's been through a lot. I don't want to talk about it now. Fine, but you're making it hard for me, I said, my frustration bubbling. I'm pretending to be your wife for a reason. I want to know the truth. He looked away as if he was wrestling with himself. Emily, please, just trust me on this, he finally said, his voice barely above a whisper. Trust you? I echoed, feeling hurt. How can I trust you when you won't be honest with me? I don't even know who you are. That brought a flash of pain back to his eyes, and he turned to me. I have my reasons. Just know I'm trying. I don't want to drag you into my life or my problems. As the words hung between us, I felt a pang of sadness. I wanted to reach out to him, to comfort him, but the distance was palpable. What was he hiding? Days turned into weeks, and I kept wearing my mask in public. At every event, I acted like I belonged, laughing and chatting like I was living the dream. But inside, I felt lost. One night, as I laid in bed, staring at the ceiling, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Nathan's coldness bothered me deeply. Why wouldn't he let me see his mother? Why all the secrets? I grabbed my phone and typed a message to Nathan. We need to talk. I hit send, my heart racing. Maybe this time, he would finally open up. Maybe we could break through this wall between us, but what if he pushed me away again? That thought sent a chill down my spine. As I turned off my phone, I whispered into the dark, Nathan, please let me in. Curiosity had a way of gnawing at me, especially now. I felt like a detective in a mystery novel, and all the clues pointed to Nathan's office. It was a locked door that held secrets, and I needed to know what was behind it. One evening, while Nathan was at another event, I tiptoed past his study. I glanced around and quickly slipped inside. The room was filled with dark wood and shadows. My heart raced as I scanned the shelves lined with books and trinkets. Okay, Emily, just a quick look, I whispered to myself. I walked over to his desk. It was neat, almost too neat, but a file peeking out caught my eye. I hesitated for just a second before pulling it open. My hands shook slightly as I read the documents inside. Suddenly, everything changed. My heart dropped to my stomach. No, this can't be real, I gasped. The documents revealed that Nathan's mother had died 6 months ago. 6 whole months. Everything he said was a lie. I could barely breathe. Why would he do this? I murmured, clutching the papers. Why would he pretend? Anger surged through me, burning hot. I can't believe I trusted him. I stood frozen, the reality crashing down on me like a heavy wave. I felt betrayed and scared. I was wrapped up in a fake marriage, performing the role of a loving wife to a man who had deceived me. What should I do? I asked the empty room. I wanted to break something, scream, but I knew I had to think first. I heard the sound of footsteps outside, and panic shot through my body. Quickly, I shoved the documents back into the folder and glanced around the room. Was he coming back already? Before I could react, Nathan entered and I froze, guilt washing over me. "Emily," he called, "what are you doing?" I nearly jumped out of my skin. His expression turned serious. "Why were you in here?" My heart raced and I struggled to find words. I was just looking for something. "For what?" he pressed, his eyes narrowing. I swallowed hard, trying to keep my cool. "I'll be honest. I wanted to know more about your mom. I just thought—" "Thought what? That you could just snoop through my things?" His voice was sharp and I could feel his anger rising. I stood up tall, feeling a mix of fear and determination. "I found the documents, Nathan. I know your mom died. You lied to me." His gaze faltered for a moment and then hardened. "You shouldn't have gone through my files. Trust is important." "Trust?" I shouted, feeling the frustration boil over. "You don't get to talk about trust when you've built this entire marriage on a lie. I don't understand why you did it." Nathan ran a hand over his face. "I didn't want you to feel sorry for me. I didn't want my pain to affect you." "Pain? You kept me in the dark." I shot back, tears brimming in my eyes. "You could have told me the truth. This feels like a game to you." He took a step toward me, but I stepped back. "Emily, please. You don't understand what I was trying to protect you from." "Protect me?" I said, my voice breaking. "By lying to me? How could you think this was okay?" From his silence, I could see the guilt creeping into his eyes. "I thought if we got through this together, maybe it would help us both." "Help us?" I echoed, shaking my head in disbelief. "Help me how? By pretending your mother is still alive? What do you really want, Nathan?" The room fell into an uneasy silence, both of us breathing heavy with the weight of our words. "I just wanted to keep you close," he finally admitted, his voice small. "I didn't want to lose you." I felt my heart waver. Did he really care? Or was this another lie? With a heavy heart, I stepped toward the door. "I can't stay here and keep pretending. I need time." As I left the office and stepped into the hallway, I felt lost in a maze of confusion. My trust in Nathan had crumbled. Could I really go back to the world of make-believe after learning the truth? I stormed back into Nathan's office, not caring that I was interrupting whatever facade he had still tried to maintain. My heart pounded like a drum, and I felt a mix of anger and betrayal swirling inside me. "Nathan," I shouted, slamming the door behind me, "we need to talk, now." He looked up from his desk, his eyes wide with surprise. "Emily, what's wrong?" "I just went through your stuff," I said, folding my arms. "And guess what? I found out your mother is dead. You lied to me." His expression shifted, but he didn't respond right away. "I can't believe you do this," I continued, my voice rising. "All the fake smiles, the pretending, it was for nothing. Who are you? Why did you even ask me to marry you?" "It's not that simple," Nathan exclaimed, standing up. "You don't understand the stakes." "Then explain it to me." I shot back, feeling a fire building in my chest. Was I just a prop in your little play? What was the point of all this? He hesitated, pinching the bridge of his nose. "Fine, I'll tell you." His eyes flickered with a mix of reluctance and frustration. "The marriage, it was a PR move. My company needed sympathy from investors, and a wife seemed like a perfect way to gain that." My heart sank. "A PR move?" I whispered, shaking my head. "I can't believe this. I thought it was about love, about your mother's last wish, but it was just a scheme." "I didn't want to lie. I had no choice," he pleaded. "My business is failing and my family is relying on me. I thought if we could make this work, it would help both of us." Help us? I repeated, my voice trembling with betrayal. Or help you? I feel used, Nathan. I came here thinking I was part of something real, but you twisted everything into a lie. Tears streamed down my face, uninvited. I couldn't hold them back. You made me pretend to be your wife, and for what? So you could play the victim in front of investors? I did what I thought I had to do, Nathan shouted back, frustration pouring out of him. You think it's easy? I thought you'd understand that we could be a team. A team? I laughed bitterly, my heart aching. A team isn't built on lies. You didn't trust me enough to believe I could help you without a fake story. Nathan's eyes softened for a moment, but then he shook his head. I didn't want to drag you into this mess. I thought it was easier this way. It's not easier, I said, my voice rising again. It's cruel. You thought you could play with my life like it was nothing. I didn't mean to hurt you. I swear, he shouted back, but it felt empty. I turned away, wiping my tears hastily. I couldn't look at him any longer. I can't do this. I'm done. Emily, wait, he called, desperation creeping into his voice. I took a deep breath. No, Nathan, I'm not waiting anymore. You wanted a fake marriage? I didn't sign up for this. I need to leave. My heart ached as I walked toward the door, each step heavy with finality. It tore my heart apart to feel this way, but I couldn't ignore what he had done. Please, don't go, he begged, almost breaking. I need you. Need me for what? I hurled back, turning to face him one last time. To keep lying? I can't be part of your twisted reality. I deserve better than this. With one last look, I stepped out of the office and closed the door behind me. Each step down the hallway felt like a weight lifting off my shoulders, mixed with the ache of breaking my heart. I had begun as his wife, but I was leaving as myself, and right now I needed to figure out who that was. I was almost out the door when Nathan's voice stopped me in my tracks. Emily, wait. I paused, my hand gripping the doorknob tightly. What, Nathan? I asked, my voice trembling. What more can you say? You've already lied to me. I know, he said, his voice raw. He sounded almost desperate. But please, just listen. I didn't mean for it to go this way. I turned slowly, facing him again. What do you mean? It's too late for apologies. He took a step forward, trying to bridge the distance between us. No, it's not. You matter to me. I didn't just marry you for a PR stunt. I never expected to fall for you. I didn't plan for any of this. My heart pounded in my chest. What? You think that saying you have feelings for me changes everything? You tricked me. I know, he cried, anguish ripping through his words. But when I first saw you, I was just trying to save my company. I was lost in my own world, but then you came in. I saw you caring for everyone around, how you smiled, how you were so strong. I didn't just see a wife in you, I saw a partner. Why didn't you just tell me? I asked, my voice shaking. Why go through all of this? I thought it would protect you. I thought if I could keep you at a distance, somehow I could protect us both. But the truth is, he paused, his eyes searching mine. The truth is, I can't control my feelings. I care about you more than I ever planned. And now I'm terrified of losing you. Tears burned in my eyes again. How am I supposed to believe that? You lied to me for weeks. You made me wear a mask. I know, he said, desperation filling his voice, but I never wanted to hurt you. I fell for you despite myself. I never expected to feel this way. You've become so important to me. I clenched my jaw, feeling the emotions swirling inside me. I don't know, Nathan. I don't know how to trust you again. You turned my life upside down the second you kept the truth from me. I understand. I've messed up. But please, Emily, I'll do everything I can to fix this. Just give me a chance, he pleaded, eyes wide with hope. I don't want to lose what we have. It feels real now to me. My heart pulled in two directions. Part of me wanted to run back to the illusion of comfort, the idea of being loved. But the other part, the part that felt betrayed and hurt, held me back. I can't keep pretending everything is fine, I said, my voice breaking. You broke so much trust. What if this is just another lie? I promise it's not, he said, voice trembling. I'll be honest with you from now on. No more secrets, no more lies. Just the truth. It may take time, but I can prove to you it's real. I looked into his eyes, searching for sincerity. There was pain there, but also vulnerability. You already know how rough trust can be, and I don't know if I can do that again. Please, he said, stepping closer. Just let me try. Let me show you how much you matter to me. The truth may hurt now, but I want to build something real with you. The conflict raged inside me. Could I take a leap of faith again? Could I forgive the pain that had been caused? I took a deep breath, weighing my heart against my head. I need time to think, I finally said, my voice shaky. I can't make any promises right now. I feel so lost, Nathan. Take all the time you need, he said, relief flooding his features. But please don't go. I'll be here, waiting for you to come back. As I stepped back, the intensity of the moment lingered. I could feel my heart racing. For the first time in a while, I didn't know what the future held. I just knew I wasn't ready to leave him behind completely yet. The weight of everything hung heavily on my shoulders as I stepped outside Nathan's mansion. The air was crisp and the night sky was painted with stars, but even the beauty of it couldn't lighten the heaviness in my heart. I can't stay, I whispered to myself. I need to walk away. I walked down the path, each step echoing my resolve. I needed peace, and right now that meant taking a step back. Nathan's words echoed in my mind, and for a moment I felt a flicker of hope, but trust was fragile and mine had shattered. As I reached the gate, I heard Nathan call out behind me, "Emily, don't go." I turned reluctantly. "Nathan, please. I need space to think." "No," he said, rushing toward me. "I won't let you walk away without knowing how I feel. You deserve to hear it." "But you've already said enough." I shot back, feeling a mix of anger and sadness. "You've lied and built everything on deception. I don't want to hear more empty promises." His expression turned desperate. "They're not empty. I vow to earn back your trust. I'll prove my love is real. I will do whatever it takes." "Do you think I can just forget all of this?" I said, my heart racing. "Those words don't just fix the hurt. You made me feel like I was married to a stranger." "I know I messed up," he said, his voice wavering, "but I can change. I will work hard to show you I'm serious. You matter more to me than any business deal. I can't lose you." "But how?" I said, frustration bubbling inside me. "How do you plan to prove it? You can't just pull off a mask and pretend everything is fine now." "I'll show you," he insisted, stepping closer. "I'll call you every day. I'll be there whenever you need me. I'll share everything, no secrets, no lies." "Even if it takes time?" I asked, my voice shaky. "Even if it takes forever," he replied, his eyes locked onto mine, brimming with sincerity. "I'll never stop fighting for you. I know I hurt you, but please believe that my feelings for you are genuine. I never expected to care this much." I took a shaky breath, feeling a battle between my heart and my mind. "Nathan, love isn't just about fighting. It's built on trust, honesty, and respect. You shattered all of that." "I'll rebuild it, I promise." "I need to figure this out on my own," I said softly. "I can't be part of a relationship that started on a lie. I have to walk away to find my own clarity." Nathan's eyes dropped and I could see the hurt on his face. "You really believe I'm not sincere?" "It's hard to see the truth after all the lies," I admitted, choking back tears. "And I don't want to hurt more." "But," he started, desperation in his voice. I interrupted, holding up my hand. "Please, Nathan, Let me go. I need to focus on myself right now. He nodded, defeated. If that's what you need. But I will wait for you, Emily, he said with determination. I'll show you I can be someone you can trust. I'll never give up on us. With a heavy heart, I glanced back one last time. I hope you mean that. More than anything, he replied, fixing his gaze on me with unwavering sincerity. I won't lose you. I walked away, feeling both a sense of relief and a deep ache in my chest. It was hard to leave someone who had touched my heart, even if it had started with deception. As I turned the corner, heading toward my own life, I couldn't help but hope. Hope that time could heal wounds. Hope that maybe Nathan would find a way to prove himself. But mostly, I hoped to discover who I was without the shadows of lies. And that felt like the first step toward finding peace, my peace. If you found yourself in Emily's shoes, would you be able to forgive someone for their lies, or would you walk away for your own peace? Tell me in the comments what you would choose. Your thoughts matter, and I can't wait to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this.